We're always told to save our money, right? It's the responsible, smart thing to do. But what if I told you that that very responsible habit might actually be secretly costing you money? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on a hidden truth about your savings account, one that your bank is definitely not advertising on its billboards.
Right, let's dive straight into what we can call the great savings myth. I mean, saving money feels good, it feels secure, but there's a huge piece of the puzzle that honestly, most of us are missing.
So you're doing what you're supposed to. You're putting a bit of cash aside every month, building up that little nest egg. You log in, you see the number in your account go up, and that feels like progress. And hey, on one level, it absolutely is.
But, and this is a big but, here's the twist. While that number, the amount of money, might be going up, the value of that money, what it can actually buy, could be going down. It's a weird concept to get your head around, but it's probably one of the most important financial ideas you can ever grasp.
So what is going on here? How does this even work? Well, it's time to unmask the villain of our story, an invisible force that I like to think of as a silent wealth thief. And that silent wealth thief has a name, and it's kind of hidden in the fine print of our entire economy. This is the stuff that just don't put in those glossy bank brochures, but it has a direct impact on your financial future.
Look, the whole problem really comes down to some simple and kind of brutal math. Your savings account might be giving you a tiny bit of interest. Let's be generous and say 1%. But at the exact same time, inflation, which is just the rate at which everything from bread to petrol gets more expensive, is climbing way faster, often between 3 to 5%. This means your money is in a race it is mathematically guaranteed to lose every single year.
This whole process, this phenomenon, has a name. It's called silent wealth erosion. It's not some sudden stock market crash. It's a quiet, slow, gradual process where your money can just buy less and less each year. And the crazy thing is, millions and millions of people are feeling the effects of this without ever realizing their wealth is slowly being drained away.
Okay, let's make this real. Let's forget the percentages for a minute and just look at what this actually does to your hard-earned cash over a bit of time. Just imagine you've saved up a nice, round 1,000 pounds. You worked hard for it, you put it away safely in the bank, and you've decided, I'm not going to touch this. That's your security. Now check out this journey. Today, that $1,000 buys you $1,000 worth of stuff. Simple enough, right? But if we hit fast forward and jump 10 years into the future, thanks to that silent wealth erosion we were just talking about, that same $1,000 sitting in your account now has the purchasing power of only about $800 in today's money. It literally buys you less food, less fuel, less of everything.
And this is the paradox, the really weird part. Your bank statement will still say 1,000 pounds. You technically haven't lost any money. But in terms of what that money can actually do for you, you haven't really kept it either.
So that's the problem. And yeah, it's a bit of a downer, I know. But the good news is you can actually fight back. This is where we make a really important shift from just being a passive saver to becoming an active grower of our money.
So the big question is, what do you do? The answer isn't to go on a huge spending spree, and it's definitely not to stuff your cash under the mattress. That's even worse. The key is to completely change your mindset. Your money needs a job. Its job is to grow, and at the very least, to grow faster than it's being eaten away.
So how do you put your money to work? Well, there are financial tools out there specifically designed for this. You've got things like index funds, which basically let you own a tiny little piece of many successful companies at once so your money can grow as the market grows. Then you have things like ISAs, which are essentially tax-free wrappers for your investments, like a protective shield that helps you keep more of your money's growth. These aren't just for storage, they are tools built for growth.
Which really brings us to the core takeaway here. A savings account feels safe, and you know what? For a short-term emergency fund, it is. But for your long-term wealth, that feeling of safe can be a trap. The really smart move is to shift your focus to assets that are actively working to build your wealth, not just sit there. And that's really the question I want to leave you with. It's so easy to feel secure when you see your savings just sitting there, untouched. But after what we've just gone through, it's worth asking yourself, in a world where prices are always on the rise, is leaving your money to slowly lose its power really the smartest choice you can make?